I surprised myself by being really excited to watch the second Venom film. I only watched the first film because Woody Harrelson was in it, and he was only in it a teeny tiny bit, but I really enjoyed it. And he is very much in the second film, and having now watched it, I can say that I really enjoyed it. I think maybe I preferred the first film. The pacing was better in this film, because obviously we didn't need as much time to set up the concept of Venom, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But I think the narrative was maybe a bit better in the first film. But at the same time, I really enjoyed both of them. Venom, Let There Be Carnage was released in 2021. It's directed by Andy Serkis. It's written by Kelly Marcel and Tom Hardy. And we have a cast including, of course, Tom Hardy and Woody Harrelson. We also have Michelle Williams, Naomie Harris, Reid Scott, and various others. We have brilliant performances, visually stunning, and I still really liked the narrative. Now that I'm thinking about it, did I prefer the first film? I think I preferred the first film because it was a little bit fresher, it was exciting. This one is still very exciting. I don't know, I'm actually on the fence about this one, I'm not sure. Either way, there won't be spoilers in this discussion, but I probably will end up spoiling things for things that happened in the first film. And in this one, Eddie goes to speak with Cletus Kasady. Eddie, of course, played by Tom Hardy. Cletus Kasady, played by Woody Harrelson. And Cletus is a serial killer. And Eddie goes to interview him as a journalist. And I won't say how it happens, but the symbiote ends up using Cletus as a host. Using a serial killer as a host seems like a really bad recipe, and for the film, it works very, very well. And I don't want to say what happens with this, but it's a very well-written story and very engaging. I think it's a very unpredictable narrative, which I really liked. And the symbiote becomes a character called Carnage, and I really like the design of Carnage. It's different but similar to Venom, and I think the special effects are just so fabulous and gruesome. I think one of the reasons I really like Venom and Carnage as characters is because they're disgusting. They are really creepy and gross, and I absolutely love it. So I had a lot of fun with this one. The story is great, the characters are great, Cletus is really interesting, and I don't think I'm biased as a Woody Harrelson fan. I think the character is very well written and quite fascinating. I have no complaints. I thought it was fantastic. I'm really surprised to see that it has 5.9 out of 10 on IMDb across 290,000 reviews and ratings. That's not terrible. It's not a terrible rating. Generally, anything under 6 means that it hasn't been very, very, very well received, but it does mean that there are still going to be a lot of positive reviews. This compares with 6.6 out of 10 for the first Venom film, which seems a little bit more reasonable. Either way, I enjoyed it. If you liked the first Venom film, then without question, I recommend Let There Be Carnage. I thought it was fabulous. The narrative is great. Visually, it's great. The characters are very well written. I loved it, and I wasn't expecting to say that. And one of the great things, as I'm sure I've mentioned before, about watching the entire filmography of a particular actor, particularly when you have somebody as versatile as Woody Harrelson, is that you get to discover films you would never normally watch. And sometimes, not always, but sometimes those films are an absolute delight. And the first Venom and Venom Let There Be Carnage are definitely really, really wonderful. I will also be watching the third one, Venom The Last Dance. I have no idea what it's about or what the focus is. I don't know if it's on any of the streaming sites. I might not watch it immediately if it's not streaming anywhere, but maybe I will. I might pay for it. I paid for this one. I had to pay to stream Let There Be Carnage, which I did for Woody Harrelson, and I'm glad. I'm really glad I did. I have no complaints. Really thoroughly enjoyed it. Great story, well executed, great casting characters, visually very, very impressive. I really enjoyed it, and if you liked the first Venom film, then I'd say it's definitely worth watching.